Hi guys, welcome to this video about what's the difference between battery operated security cameras and wired security cameras. Since a couple of years there are some battery operated security cameras available. It hasn't been I think they were not available like some 10 years ago or so, but the power management has been improved in the last couple of years, and so it's possible to get even a 2-year battery life, like with this one, with this Blink XT, and it has a quite good reputation. I've been going through the reviews and most people really like them, but of course they have a few disadvantages. You can't expect same comfort, same features as with wired cameras, and I'm now going to tell you why. So of course it has a huge they have a huge advantage. So you don't have to run any wire. They don't need any wire, not Wi-Fi, I mean not Ethernet cable. They don't need power, they don't need nothing. You just put in battery and attach them to any point outside of your home or at a tree or wherever you want to put that on, as long as it has connection, wireless connection to your Wi-Fi router. It will be able to transmit pictures and videos. Of course you can a little bit extend your Wi-Fi, but it has some limitations. You can't have it too far away from your home, but you can have it away from your home. It doesn't have to be attached. I mean, with a wired security camera it's almost impossible to attach it outside on a tree which is 10 yards or 20 yards away from your home. With such a thing it's definitely possible. So you are not only able to make pictures from your house, but you're even able to make pictures at your house. This is definitely a game changer. And also the other thing is it has you don't have to drill holes, run wires, and so on and so on. And yeah, you get you depending on the amount of alerts you can get up to a 2-year battery life, which is absolutely awesome. This is using an AA batteries, I think. Yeah, 2 AA batteries, but there are other systems which are using rechargeable batteries, and they usually run maybe 3 months, maybe up to 6 months. I think this is the maximum, but it's still quite okay, I think, for most of the people to charge it. Charge is really quickly, so they have huge advantages compared to wired security cameras. But what's the disadvantage? There are actually 2 big disadvantages based on my experience. First disadvantage from these ones is you can't have a permanent recording. It's not possible. You can't get a 2-year life battery life with permanent recording. It's not possible. So this only works 2 years, works with, I don't know if they describe it here, maybe two alerts per day or something like that for 10 seconds, something like that. I've seen it somewhere, can't remember where it has been, but it's really limited. It has limitations. So but yeah, so no permanent video recording, because sometimes people like to have permanent video recording, and then you are 100% sure that you detect everything. It can be a huge advantage because not all the trigger mechanism, yeah, even if it's infrared or like when they try to detect some movings, and both of these systems are not perfect. And when you have a permanent recording, you will detect everything. So you can scroll back like to last day, last week, or depending on the amount of storage you have, and then when you find out when it happened, you will be able to localize that. I had one case at my home. There's a video about that. I had permanent recording, and the postman run into my mailbox, and I didn't know who it was. I suspected one of the neighbors because we have had an argument the day before, and I was almost sure it was the neighbor doing that. So, but I had to be sure before I complained. So I went through the whole thing. I mean, the camera didn't trigger, not infrared, not moving things, and I went through the whole thing in like time lapse, and so I was able to really fast look it up and find that it was the mailman from the USPS guy running into the post of my mailbox. So it can be a huge advantage if you have this permanent recording. And second huge advantage of the wired cameras are that they detect moves, like when somebody is moving, somebody's coming into a picture from left to right, from bottom to, whatever is moving around, as long as it's not white on white. It's just by comparing images. If there is too much change from image to the next one, the camera will detect that something or somebody is moving, and it starts recording, or it's able to give you an alert. These things, they have to save battery, so it's impossible to get a 2-year life when the camera has to be on and comparing pictures all the time. It's impossible. It's technically it's not possible. It would have to have a battery of the size of a car battery. It's not possible with two AA batteries. So the way they manage to save power is that they're using PIR. This is passive infrared, and it's not the same. I mean, it's good, and I would consider it about equal during the night, especially when it's cold during the night. Then if you have like people or animals moving around, they will emit a lot of infrared heat, and they are quite easy to detect for such an infrared sensor, maybe even better than with some comparing pictures, but of course they have some infrared emitting diodes, and so they can compensate. And I would consider this equal during the night, but during the day the picture comparison way, which is with the wired cameras, it's working way better than usually these ones. And these are also some major complaints that people say, especially during the day, the passive infrared sensor are not working 100%, and so they lost a lot of footage. Some were complaining they had burglaries at their home, and this camera was not able to detect and record, and that's a really bad thing. So if you want to have 100% coverage, 100% security, so you have to still go with a wired system there's no way around that. But it's still, I mean, if you don't want wired cameras, let's say you are living in a rental home, or you just don't want to drill into every wall and such things, yeah, that's a really neat thing. And as you can see here, we see like yeah, one of these cameras attached to a tree, something you can't have with a wired camera. There are really fancy things which you can do. So again, two major differences. One is no permanent recording with this one, with the battery operated, and it has only passive infrared detection. So when there is no heat emitted from anything, it won't trigger recording. Let's say also you have a big storm is coming, and yeah, we had this 2 weeks ago, like a tornado here in the neighborhood, and with the PIR system, with this one, I wouldn't have any footage. With the wired camera, I was able to capture video from the tornado, and yeah, that's a big difference. And you have to decide, you have to do the charge, you have to decide on your own. It's just yeah, what I found out, I'm interested in putting on some cameras, and I didn't know what to do, and so I made some investigations, and these are the things which I've find out. Maybe there is some more, could be, but these are the points which I've been able to find so far. So I hope I was able to help you a little bit with that. If you have any questions or comments, just write to the comment section below. I'm always happy to talk about these things. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, subscribe my channel. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.